Spring break is a vacation from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but you shouldn't leave your manners at home or your sunglasses. Emily Post trained etiquette expert Courtney Fadler is here to guide us through common travel issues to prevent awkward situations like us wearing sunglasses on TV.
Yeah, exactly right.
No, we're on spring break, so we got to wear our sunglasses and look cool.
That's right. So we're going to, when we travel, we're going to probably be pulling these out quite a bit. But did you know that when you take them off, here's what you should do.
Uh-oh.
They never go on your head. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Never put them on your head.
Yeah. So proper etiquette is they don't go on your head. They just go put away. So in your pocket or your purse. It's pretty acceptable to do this too. That's okay.
That's okay.
But best case scenario is you just put them away. Yeah, they just don't go on that head. That just looks
there you
a little unpolished. Yeah.
Already we're learning stuff today. Let's get right into it. Tipping on rideshare.
Right.
I don't rideshare very often. I know a lot of people that do. What's the rule on tipping for rideshare?
Right. So let's say you're headed out on spring break and you're taking a ride to the airport, right? I think the confusion is that in years past, you didn't actually have to tip on ride shares. They introduced this, a few years back. So some people still operate off that system of I don't tip. Well, here's the deal. You absolutely should be tipping. And here's why. It incentivizes them, and then also it helps them maintain their car. So there's a lot of good reasons to tip. So anywhere between 10 and 15% of your ride is what you should be tipping.
Okay, we get to the airport. It comes time for the SkyCap or somebody takes your bags. What's the rule about that? Maybe when you get to the hotel, they're taking your bags up to your room. Is it okay to decline that service? How do we go about doing that and tipping that situation as well?
Right. So there's all these scenarios where we're going to potentially be shelling out a few dollars. So best case scenario here, right, is we're going to head to the bank before we go on our trip, and we're going to get a few dollar bills, right? So we're going to have this ready, and just factor that into your vacation planning, because when you do show up at the airport and you choose SkyCap, you're going to want to give them a few dollars for bags. The general tipping rule here is $2 for the first bag and $1 for every bag thereafter.
Okay.
I kind of like to give a little bit more sometimes, so for instance, you're getting off the airport bus and the gentleman is so nicely pulling off all of our, 50-pound bags and getting them off. You kind of want to look at that situation. Maybe a 10 is more appropriate there. But that's the general tipping rule. When you get to the hotel, if you are, just traveling with maybe that one single carry-on that you were able to put above, and you're okay just getting that to your room, that's okay.
Yeah.
But just know that they're there and they're earning their wage based on you using their services and tipping. So it's a nice thing to do if your family shows up. Let them go ahead and take your bags and have those few dollars ready. Okay.
Now let's talk about housekeeping, the services that come take care of your room while you're out sightseeing or doing whatever you do on spring break. I never know how much I'm supposed to do that. We did an all-inclusive once, and we left a tip at the end of our stay. But just for like a day-to-day service for housekeeping, how do you go about that?
Yeah, I love that you're bringing this up, because so many people actually don't even think about this. They don't think about tipping housekeeping, and it's such a polite and nice thing to do. And honestly, it is just part of the etiquette of traveling.
Okay.
So yes, tip, and there's a couple ways you can go about it, and it differs on different etiquette levels, but essentially, I like to leave a tip as well at the end of a stay. And I do that because then, I write a nice little note, because the housekeeper sometimes will leave a little card with their name on it. Sometimes it does change from day to day, but what I like to do is write a note with the names on it and say, this is for the entirety of the stay.
All right.
If you choose to leave it every day, that's okay too. Also know, it depends on, I say, between $4 and $5 a day.
Okay, now if I go down to the concierge desk and I have a question for him, like, hey, where should I go eat at tonight? What's some good recommendations? Should I be tipping him? Do I want to slide him a 20 before I ask the question? How do I grease the wheels the right way?
Right, yeah. And we don't want everybody to feel like, there's a tip for everything.
Because I'm already out $50 and I haven't even left the hotel yet.
Right, so, they are there for that service. So if you're just asking for, a quick restaurant, no, you don't have to tip on that. If you want to, you sure can, but by no means. However, if you had something that was a little more involved, like maybe they set up an excursion plan for your family that day, or secured some theater tickets, something that took a little bit more time for them to do, and maybe they had to come back to you later on, that really warrants a nice, a little bit of a tip, a $5 or $10 tip here or there.
We've got 30 seconds left. Real quick, this has been in the news a lot about reclining your seats on the plane. There was that viral video here. Do I do it? Do I not? Is it ever okay? What's the rules?
Yeah, that video was so painful to watch, wasn't it? On so many levels.
It was so awkward you couldn't stop watching it.
Yes, I've reviewed it a few different times. So here's the deal, but I love you bringing it up because everybody faces, I feel like, this issue, and everybody has an opinion on it. the deal with reclining a seat is, number one, just don't do it if you don't have to.
Okay.
If you're not on a big long overseas flight and you're going to be on it overnight, just don't do it. If you are going to, some people say, ask first. You should ask, obviously. But the problem is, if the person behind you gets that question, are they going to say, no, don't do it?
Yeah.
Probably not. If you're polite, you're going to be like, sure, go ahead. So it puts them in an awkward position too. So it's best just to keep your seat upright as long as possible.
Get your shoulder pillow, maybe buy them a drink, and then you're fine.
That's right,
All
because
right.
you don't want them reclining into you.
That's right. Courtney, thank you very much. Good tips there. We appreciate it.